Let's look at how we can use data to drive the changes in presentations. This is where the real power of SlideSense and PPTX Handler comes in. We can load a data set by specifying a data colon key and load the data from pretty much anywhere. So currently we have a data set that has sales data for each country and city. For a given product, it has the sales and the growth of the product. Let's look at the total sales. That's about $5,719. So what we'd like to do is on the input sheet here, put in the number, let's say 5,719 or whatever is the number in that particular year as a big figure. And it would also be nice to say that this is the total sales. So we'll put that in as total sales, make it whiter so we can read it, center it so that it's aligned and it looks like a KPI block. So given this target output, how can we change the XXXX to the number that we want? Well, let's start with our source file, which is input.pptx. And before we get into the rules, let's add the data. We can simply specify the file name sales.xlsx. So that will create a variable called data, but I usually don't like this way of doing it. The best way is to define a variable name explicitly and also say how we are going to load it. So this is actually going to come from a URL called sales.xlsx. That allows us to create other variables like total sales and whatever else which we can process in any way. So what this will do is load from sales.xlsx the data as a pandas data frame, which is an easy and flexible way of processing the data. I'm going to put this on a single line because it's just a little more convenient. Now we can create a rule where the first rule says for rectangle 1, which is the name of this particular shape, as you can see here. We want the text to be some number. Let's say sales.sum. Sorry, it's not sales sum. Sales has a column called sales. And we want the sum of that. Notice that we didn't put an F quotes around it. If we did, it would have printed this literal text and copy pasted that here. What we wanted to do is actually calculate this expression and print it. So now let's run SlideSense. This should get us the computed result by first loading that data set and then creating an output that has this number, which looks unusual. If we look a little closer, we'll find that it's actually 5,719, just that there's a floating point error. So we don't really want this many decimals, we only want to print one decimal. So how do we do that? Well, let's start by creating a variable for this. I can create a total sales as literally this value. Now I can say total sales. That's exactly the same as what we did before. But now here's where the power of string formatting comes in. If I put an F quote and put this in brackets, I can format this number as a Python format string. So 0.0f means print it to 0 decimal places and round it off. Putting a comma before it will make sure that this comma is there as well. And I can also add a dollar in front of it, but I'm going to do that in a few seconds. Let's start by just making sure that we get total sales must be okay. So this set of variable definitions must be done as a function. That's because we are not loading from a URL, we are actually loading from a function, or we are calling a function or an expression. So this ought to have done the trick, but because these square brackets are special in YAML, they mean a list. We have to wrap this in quotes. So I'll just put this on the next line so you can see the whole thing. Total sales is a function where we take the expression sales of sales.sum and put it into total sales. That gives us 5,719 with the comma. But where's the dollar? Well, let's add the dollar in front and see what happens. I've put in a space before that, a space after the dollar. Now this says use $$ instead of dollar. That's because in the way we are handling YAML, the dollar expression is actually another kind of variable. So just remember that you have to use $$ instead of dollar when you create the configuration file. And that gives us this expression 5790. You can load the data from a variety of sources and formats. So you can load it as any SQL Alchemy database. You can load it from a variety of different file extensions, including YAML. You can specify a particular table if you're loading it from a database. You can specify a sheet name. You can specify how you want to transform the data. But you can also literally specify it as a function, such as call this particular function either in GramX or in any other from any other module, and any kind of expression that you want to use. Using them can be done in any command. We used text, but these are values that can be used in literally any command.